Well, as you said, he's seeking his third consecutive term in these parliamentary elections, but it hasn't been such a simple run-up this time. There has been a much fiercer opposition. The opposition in some ways managed to come together to present a more realistic challenge to Viktor Orban and his Fidesz party. Now, you're right, in this polling booth behind me, and you can see some people have just been coming in and out as well, casting their votes. Viktor Orban, a short while ago, went in to cast his vote, and we spoke to him when he came out, and I asked him about the criticisms from those in the opposition parties and many in the country that actually, under his time in power, democracy in the country has weakened. Now, the people we've been speaking to have said that's for a number of reasons. The Fidesz party and Viktor Orban himself buying up a lot of the public and private media space, also a serious targeting of NGOs in the country. So there is a sense amongst critics of Viktor Orban and the Fidesz party that those democratic structures in the country have been weakened. And he said, look, well, I'm here, I'm voting, this is democracy in action. He was also asked about his very strong anti-immigrant message. This is being the base of his whole campaign agenda, really. What a lot of people are saying is that actually amongst the voters in the country, sure, a couple of years ago when the migrant crisis was at its peak in the EU, that message really resonated. But actually, over the last year or so, what Hungarians have seen is that there is very little by way of immigration here, and that issue has died down somewhat. So there is a question mark over whether that message is still pertinent to voters. So speak to people here in the country. They will tell you that this election is an unpredictable one. If you crunch down on the numbers, Viktor Orban and the Fidesz party do still have widespread popularity in the country. But I think crucially it's going to be interesting to see whether when the votes start coming in, whether the opposition, if the Fidesz party and Viktor Orban do win and that popularity in the opinion polls does play out and translate into votes in these polling booths, then whether the opposition's done enough to dent that two-thirds majority he has enjoyed in Parliament until now. And that is really one of the big questions.